Dear all monks, all nuns, and all practitioners, for the meditation, the two basic criteria is, one is to believe in our own mind, and the other one is to maintain the doubt. For practitioners, in our daily life, we try to be single-mindedly and remember the teaching from the Buddha and also the teaching from the patriarchs or from good no advisors, that we need to believe in our own mind and keep the practice going. So every day we try to share our experience about the practice so that we don't forget. So due to our ignorance, our habits is so thick, is too heavy, is too familiar with these habits, and it's very hard for us to overcome all our sufferings, all our obstacles, because of these obstacles, because of we don't really believe in our own mind. Because we not totally believe in our own mind, that's why we not be diligent in our practice. And sometimes we make mistakes and we misunderstand the teaching, and that's why we not really constantly keep the practice going. And sometimes we get bored of listening to the Dharma talk, and then also we don't we get bored to the practice because of the because we don't believe in our own mind, and our life is so short. And so for us as a practitioners, we try to keep the practice, and we try to share our experience as well. It's not about the it's about not about the seeking, the mind of seeking, but because of the gratitude that we need to pay back to the triple jewels. That's why we not only practice, but also we need to share our experience, and then also try to participate in a Dharma discussion. So now time for question and answer. Anybody can share their experience about the practice. Namo Sakamuni Buddha. We invite Pháp Kiệt to speak. Namo Sakamuni Buddha. Dear Master, dear all Dharma Masters and all practitioners, I would like to share my practice. During the days that I stay with the teaching school, stay with the monastery that they have the teaching school, teaching Dharma. So when I when I was at this monastery with the assembly in this monastery, I just try to keep the practice, just try to go back with the practice by asking the question to maintain the doubt. But if I don't keep the practice, I'm more likely to uh, follow what everybody else is doing. So for us, our practice is to go against our habits, our self-attachment, our ignorance. So the Buddha mentioned in the Suragama Sutra, uh, Buddha stated that we should not give out our flow thoughts, but we should keep the inflow, the thought of inflow. So if we stay in the teaching school monastery, other than the Chan school monastery, that has to do with our cause and effect. Sometimes we stay in the Chan school monastery, but if we don't have the thought of taking birth and serious, uh, birth and death seriously, then if we stay in the Chan school monastery, it doesn't get any. We don't get any good causal, a good effect. So in the past, some of the patriarchs, some of them, even though they practice the Chan school Dharma, but they can still practice when they were at the teaching school or the other schools, uh, the other methods. So he just gave an example like Shen Zhang, Fa Shi, Shen Zhang, Dharma Master. So there are patriots. They were teaching the precepts, the shastra, but they still can practice the Chan Dharma, Chan practice. So he just gave an example like Dharma Master, Venerable Master Lakwa, uh, even though he uh, uh, practiced the Chan school, Chan Dharma, but he set up rules and regulation. His teaching. Um, all those monasteries, even though they don't practice the Chan Dharma, but they still use his teaching, his guidance, his principles. So for us, if we can practice in any kind of environment, if we keep doing it, even though it's hard, if we keep doing it, it could be better. You see, sometimes people say in the Chan school, monastery, but they really don't practice as well. So each of us, we need to practice in any circumstances. So sometimes we stay in the very good environment, but we don't see it as good. So if a person who take birth and death seriously, it doesn't matter what kind of environment we're in, we can still practice. So we need to bring forth the mind of taking birth and death seriously. So there are practitioners. They really have a lot of obstacles, even worse than what we are having, but they can still practice. So even though if we still in the monastery that they really practice well, they really they have the very good schedule for everyone to practice. That is still good for us to practice. So the master just try to give an example, like some people, they are really busy with their schedule. They work every day at the restaurant from morning to night. They don't have much time, but after they stop working, they go back to their practice. So sometimes these people, because they're very busy at their workplace, a lot of problems occur in their workplace, and they couldn't even practice during the work shift, during the work hours. But after um, uh, the work is done, or they complete their hours, or they finish the they stop working, then they go back to the practice. So there are people, they practice, and they also they still have like families to take care of, but they still try to practice. So for us as a left home person, we are much better than them. So we need to look at our mind, our situation. Uh, so if we don't take this into consideration, when things come that don't that we feel that we cannot get along, or that we feel uncomfortable, then we might quit. Uh, so for me, for me, in the old days, I didn't have any plan for the future. But when I was in the monastery, I didn't know the right practice to practice. So every day I just try to study the Buddha Dharma by reading the sutra, learning the precepts. Um, for example, like the 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 three pure precepts, nhiếp luật nghi giới. It has to do there are three of them in the Bodhisattva precept. It mentioned first is to keep the precept. Second is to do all good for other people, and then do all good deeds for other people, and do all good for other people. So that so I study the Buddha's teaching, and when I encounter this this Dharma door, I felt lucky, and because of this learning or studying the Buddha Dharma before the encountering this Dharma door, then I have a better understanding. So because of the practice, even though I don't have any the thought of seeking, but because of the practice, uh, I keep the practice every day, and then good condition arrive. So because I was try to be close with the good advisors all the time when I was in Vietnam, but then somehow the condition came. Then somehow it pushed me to Canada, and I left. Then I went to Canada. Um, so so in Canada, even though I was very busy, I still try to practice. So because of the need of the needs of the Buddhists, and I just try to help anything that I can. Uh, Sometimes I just try to work as hard as I can by not asking anybody to help. And whenever I feel sick, I just stop. So sometimes I got sick, and and sometimes I couldn't even sit with full lotus, and sometimes I couldn't even sit, and it prolonged for like about a year, and I felt like it's something with the spinal cord, and I thought about not cannot be able to sit, but then after a year I tried it again, and it became better, and And even though I didn't have any intention to go to the United States, but because of this uh, Zen temple, Từ Ân Zen temple, they keep inviting me, and it took like 3 times. And then I finally I left Canada to come to the U.S. So because of the needs of the people here, and because of this monastery that practiced Chan Dharma, because of the master Wei Li. So this has to do with the condition affinity with the people, with the master, venerable master Wei Li. So even though with a lot of obstacles, with uh, bad condition, just try to keep the practice going. So for me, I know my health pretty well. I know that I'm not healthy. I have a lot of sickness. Uh, so one time I went to see the doctor, and the doctor asked me to take the overall exam, and so they try to test my liver, my kidney, the so so there are a lot of sickness. So after the exam came back, my liver is really bad. So uh, uh, they prescribed the drugs, and so the drugs didn't cure, didn't. I couldn't. So then I began to take the herbs, and somehow the liver condition, or uh, the problem that the liver is getting better. So what he tried to say, it doesn't matter what kind of uh, obstruction, obstacles, or difficulties. If you keep the practice, just try to keep the practice. Uh, yeah, don't let go. Don't let go the practice. Just try to maintain the belief in our own mind. If we want to believe in our own mind, we need to rely on the triple truths, on the good advisors, and try to participate in a Dharma discussion. But if we don't do that, then we may not keep the seed of practice, keep the practice, and we might not be able to sweep out of our attachments. So this is my sharing about what I encounter. So for us, I feel like we have a lot of good blessing, good affinity. Uh, so because of all the sentient beings, we need to practice hard to pay respect to all beings, to the triple truths. So he thanks the explanation. So I would like to share. I feel I was fortunate. I am fortunate, and I feel like you, Master, uh, you support all Dharma doors, and I really appreciate what you have taught me. We invite Pháp Tuệ to speak. Namo Sakamoni Buddha, dear all monks, all nuns, and all practitioners. There was one time one practitioner sent me a message, asked me to tell the master so that the master can explain to motivate, give us some motivation. So sometimes he was listening to the Dharma talk, and the master keep mentioning about maintain the practice constantly, and sometimes I do that, and then I let my mind concentrate on the Dhamma talk, listening to the Dhamma talk, try to understand the Dhamma talk, but then I lose my practice. I didn't maintain the practice. So, can you explain this to me? This is a lot of us that have mistakes, misunderstanding. We sometimes we attach the terminology kung fu, which is the practice. So the master started to say the Buddha has stated in his teaching uh, about the practice, and the teaching um, is try to tell us to believe in our own mind, to strengthen our practice. Uh, but sometimes we misunderstand. Uh, uh, he just try to give an example like student in the class. Sometimes he or she listen to um, the lesson, to listen to the instruction, uh, but they didn't really understand. Sometimes the teacher try to tell the student, just let go of everything, just try to stay focused and listening to the instruction. But the student, they don't follow the instruction. So sometimes, even though some people they are very smart, um, they don't cherish about the Dharma. Uh, So for us, when we live in our own mind, sometimes there are only a few minutes practice. We don't ignore it. We try to maintain the practice during those short time. If we don't, we might give rise to a lot of attachments, like self-attachment and other attachments. So even if we practice diligently enough, we feel like we are good practitioners at the practice, with the practice. But when there is a Dharma talk, Dharma discussion, we try to participate, because if we don't, then we don't really respect the Dharma. So if we practice well, then anything come to us, any obstacles that come, they don't bother us. So if we practice well enough, sometimes the time we didn't know that we maintain the practice, but because we have the prajna, then anything that come, like even a sentence uh, uh, of the teacher or of the good no advisor, or just a short Dharma talk, we understand completely. We understand well. So the practice, and as well as the knowledge or the understanding, if we practice long, diligently, or listen to the Dharma um, uh, every day, or consistently, then we are gaining a little bit each time. So so oh, so it kind of it keep coming to our mind. So for the Buddha Dharma, study Buddha Dharma, practice Buddha Dharma, the main one is to eradicate the self-attachment. So the people, they don't practice, is their affinity, is their condition. So for us, we just keep the practice, maintain the practice. So she thanks the Dharma Master. Time is up. Namo Sakyamuni Buddha.